Christmas carols are, likely, some of the earliest songs most Americans learn, and at the same time are probably among the earliest music still performed in popular American culture. Many of the familiar songs of the season date back hundreds of years, and the origins and the lyrics of the songs have been lost or changed over time. We sing along every year, tapping into those familiar nostalgic feelings, but do we really know what these festive songs came from, or what they're actually about? Gather ye kith and ye kin around the hearth, or the modern equivalent, the Bluetooth speaker, as the great pop culture debate explores the history of holiday staples and attempts to name the best traditional Christmas carol. I don't know what kind of parents of a newborn would be excited about a kid doing a snare solo hours after labor, but you do you, little drummer boy. I'm your host, Eric Rezsnyak. Please welcome my panelist for this episode. He's petitioning to have every carol replace the number 3 with his name. It's Trey Radu-Blackburn.
I think we can all agree that I saw Trey ships come sailing in sounds so much better.
I prefer 3 chips, specifically if it leads into some salsa and a festive rendition of Feliz Navidad.
Or Eric Estrada.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, some say our next panelist is as unique as Rudolph. Please welcome back Zack Derby.
Socially ostracized, weird nose, useful only once a year. Yeah, that's me.
Absolutely. And speaking of Rudolph, our dear friend Andrea Guerrero was meant to join us for this episode, but is unfortunately under the weather. We miss you and love you, Andrea, and that means you listeners and our producer, Derek Makita, are stuck with us 3. Wise men does not seem applicable here,
No.
but maybe wise guys or smart asses, all of which feels very thematically appropriate given the mangers and everything else. If you're curious about how we ended up with our bracket, become a Patreon supporter of our little show, or listen to the 3-minute preview available wherever you listen to our podcasts. And don't forget, you can head to this episode on greatpopculturedebate.com to find the listener bracket as well as all 16 nominated songs so you can play along with us at home. While you're there, check out some of our other related episodes, including Best Classic Christmas Pop Song, Best Holiday Album, and Best Modern Holiday Pop Song, all available at greatpopculturedebate.com. And with that out of the way, Hark! The Herald Angels are singing. Or perhaps I'm having a psychotic break. Either way, let's get into these debates. First, the bulk of the panel wants 1 seed O Tannenbaum / O Christmas Tree to keep branching into round 2, but Trey is here for 4 seed O Come Emmanuel. Zack trimmed the tree, but not its chances in our bracket. Trey, tell us why it should not be O Leave Emmanuel. Trey, please go first.
Sure thing. So originally, O Come Emmanuel is a Latin song from around maybe the 8th century.
Damn.
Right, though it originally appeared in print in Germany in the early 18th century, so 1,000 years later. And then it was translated into English by John Mason Neal in the mid-19th century. It's based on a verse from the book of Matthew in the Christian New Testament. Matthew 1:23, the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. I'm voting for O Come Emmanuel, partly because I just do not like O Christmas Tree. That song annoys me to no end. I do kind of also enjoy a mournful Christmas song, songs that kind of make you think of the now basically defunct tradition of Christmas ghost stories, even though if this one is looking to the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. And some of the more secular songs, like O Christmas Tree, just don't move me as much. So O Come Emmanuel is mournful and less irritating than Christmas trees.
I have a few things. Number 1, bring back Christmas ghosts. Specifically,
Yes.
bring back Christmas ghosts in real life to haunt people in Washington, D.C. We need you now more than ever. That's what I have to say. Get out of those graves and show them the true meaning of Christmas, I beg of you. Number 2, this song is not about Emmanuel Lewis, who starred in the classic sitcom Webster.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Oh, come, Webster. I don't think it works as well.
Damn it. All right. Well, thank you very much. Zack, talk to us about O Christmas Tree / O Tannenbaum.
All right. Well, depending on which version you like, O Tannenbaum, O Christmas Tree, either one will work. And it really celebrates beauty, togetherness, and that is what Christmas should be about. It's very smooth. It's steady. It's hummable to anybody. Even if you don't know the lyrics, you know how it goes. Christmas trees, they don't care about denomination, doctrine, translation, anything like that. It's also, it symbolizes warmth, a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, especially me. A lot of people had candles in and around in their windows. I had a Christmas tree, and I had a unique setup that it actually spanned 2 stories. So for me,
Wow.
it was impressive because I lived in an old house where the balcony stairs just kind of went up to the second floor. Trying not to fall down the stairs, you could fit a 2-story Christmas tree in there.
Love that.
It's a bit working in jazz. It's got pop. It's got choral. Of course, it's got the instrumental form. It's been recorded by so many different people. Nat King Cole all the way to, of course, the most popular, well-known version, Vince Guaraldi Trio for Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. And sometimes you just want to celebrate the season and you don't want to feel like you're taking a theology quiz, that you're diving deep into the way, way underbelly of Christmas and what you think it should be about. You just want to experience that joy, that happiness that comes from being together. It's a centerpiece for modern Christmas that has been around since the 16th century and continues to be strong today, with good covers and horrible covers.
Yes, and I think maybe someday we will do a worst Christmas cover song episode. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I agree. I'm going to go with Christmas Tree here, Trey. I know you hate it.
Bah humbug.
Bah humbug. But Christmas Tree will move on Tenenbaum. Excuse me. We'll move on into round 2. Next, the panel unanimously decided that 3-seed Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, is heavenly, meaning that 2-seed Away in a Manger has no room in our bracket. But I do want to speak on Manger. This episode, you might have gotten this a little bit from the previous arguments. We're going to be dropping a lot of detail and knowledge about these songs. Sometimes people have said to me, "Oh my God, shut up. I just don't, just tell me your argument. I don't want to hear all the background." You will be able to walk away from this episode being as annoying as Eric Rezsnyak and going back to your families and being like, actually, this song is about this. So buckle up. Fun facts about Away in a Manger. It was written in 1882, and for some time, its creation was attributed to famous German curmudgeon and religious reformer Martin Luther, who reportedly wrote it for his children. But nay, its origins are actually American. This is a completely American song. I guess one of Martin's 95 theses was not, "Thou shalt not take credit for others' Christmas bangers." How do we know that Martin Luther didn't write it? Because the song didn't appear until 300 years after he died. And there is no record of the song existing but before that, written in German, which was his primary language. So there you go, Away in a Manger. It's an American, just like apple pie. Who knew? But we will be moving Hark the Herald Angels Sing into round 2. Next, the bulk of the panel likes the ring of 1-seed Carol of the Bells, but I prefer the literally dirty dozen of 4-seed The 12 Days of Christmas. I know I'm not going to win this one, so I'm just going to gift you with some facts. First, and this is something I genuinely did not know until today, the 12 Days of Christmas are not the dozen days leading up to Christmas, you poor, uneducated swine like myself. They start on Christmas Day, and then they go to January 5th, a.k.a. 12th night, which suddenly, that makes that Shakespeare play make a lot more sense. So, news you can use from the great pop culture debate. I have a feeling Trey Radu-Blackburn already knew this.
A little bit, but also isn't that about when the Epiphany is? Also a Protestant, don't know much about the Catholic, all of it. But I do remember the scene in Downton Abbey when they were passing out, I think, some more presents, and I think it was Mary that turned to one of the new maids and said, "You'll learn how we do things around here," as you celebrate those extra 12 days of Christmas afterwards.
But the 12 days of Christmas coincided with a variety of feast days recognized by Roman Catholics in medieval England, which included Childermas on December 28th, in which choir children were given the powers of an actual bishop, including preaching sermons and locking teachers out of schools until they promised to give kids more school holidays. Medieval England was wild. I love it.
It sounds perfect.
Right? Bring back Childermas, you cowards. I'm not going to sit here and read the entire Wikipedia entry on the 12 Days of Christmas to you, but I could. Honestly, it's worth a read. It's fascinating. It goes into the song's likely origins as a mid-19th century memory game, the numerous variations of the different gifts in the song, like hares a-runnin', ships a-sailin', lambs a-bleatin', etc. But if you're wondering why anyone would send a total of 184 birds to some poor schmuck, That's 12 partridges, 22 turtle doves, 30 French hens, 36 calling birds, 42 geese, 42 swans. Let me blow your mind. The one gift that actually seems like something you want to get, the 5 golden rings, is actually probably another bird reference, as historians believe that it was actually meant to suggest pheasants. So for those keeping score, that would be an additional 40 birds in someone's lawn. That being said, Zach, I'm assuming that you're going to stick with your original pick, which was Carol of the Bells.
I will. I just love Carol of the Bells.
Trey, Carol of the Bells?
Sticking with it, yes.
All right, so we will be moving that into round 2. Next 2/3 of the panel is saying, yes, Queen Slay, to 2-seed Jingle Bells. But I want to keep cruising with 3-seed Here We Go a Wassailing. I will regale you on why you should reconsider Wassail. Zach, tell us why you would be upsot if Jingle Bells were to go out here. Upsot? Zach, please go first.
Well, first of all, the hell is a wassailing?
I will tell you.
Again, a Christmas claymation. They dive into that 3 times.
Yep.
Waffling and there's 2 others that they just make fun of. And as a kid, I had no idea what it was until you grow up and figure it out later. Originally, one-horse open sleigh, Jingle Bells, was around 1857, they think, is when we're going to start putting this all together. It originally did not start as a Christmas song, but became so popular through the late 1800s, it actually moved over to be considered a staple of the Christmas carols. It is just filled with energy, snow, joy, again, being out there, being with friends, being outside. Everybody knows this song. Whether you love it or hate it, it is synonymous at this point with Christmas. From the kids to the 92-year-olds that can't hear anymore, they know what it is. It's all about speed, laughter, falling face first into snowdrifts. It's used in a variety of movies, animation, everything. You can't get away from it. The sleigh bell rhythm, it's all Christmas. The song literally gave the instrument its name. We would not have Jingle Bells without this song. Jingle Bells transcends language. Everyone can sing along to different songs, but you recognize this song. It captures the laughter, the motion, but also the chaos that comes with the holidays, because yes, we look at the positivity of it, but things can get a little bit out of hand, especially when families involved in coming over. We look at the positive, but it brings everything in through the action, the excitement, and just the celebration of the holidays.
Excellent. So let's talk about wassailing. What is wassailing? It was a common practice in pre-modern England and involved, generally speaking, the poor going from home to home during the holidays and singing, dancing, and bestowing well wishes to residents in exchange for a bit of comfort. That could include a bit of respite from the cold, a penny, a pork pie, or a sip from a wassail bowl, which was, quote, a hearty combination of hot ale or beer, apples, spices, and mead, just alcoholic enough to warm tingling toes and fingers of the singers, end quote. Thank you, Wikipedia. Basically, it was caroling mixed with busking with a dash of wine tour, and I love it. It's also a genuinely great song. The refrain, love and joy come to you, and to you your wessel too, like, that's sweet and sing-songy, and it's like, God bless you and wish you a happy new year. I love that bit. Also, I'm doing my best to avoid politics here, but as we record this, the U.S. government is still shut down and SNAP benefits have run out for families. If ever there was a time to bring back wassailing, it is now. And by the way, if you have people coming up to your doors and wanting to sing you Happy New Year's, you fat cats better fill up your wassail cups. That's all I'm going to say. Trey, where are you coming on this one?
Well, originally, I was going to go with Jingle Bells because what the hell is a wassailing? But because of the trying times that we are currently looking down the barrel of in a couple of days, really, get out there and wassail, folks. We got to do that for our fellow humans.
That is a shocker because I will say I would consider flipping myself back. We can't have Jingle Bells go out in round 1 of a Christmas carols. Can we?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Producer Derek is saying yes, we can. Are you comfortable with that, Zach?
I'm fine. I don't dislike Here We Come a Wassailing. I could go either way. Jingle Bells is just more of what I consider synonymous with Christmas, but if the other one goes, I'm not going to cry.
We can't afford Jingle Bells this Christmas.
It's
Charlie
wassail or
Brown.
nothing. Wassail. All right, so we will move.
No, wait, can I flip it now after that?
Oh, boy. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I'm back to Jingle Bells.
Yeah, if we're going to wassail, I'm going to go to Jingle.
All right. So are you sticking with Jingle or are you going to wassail, Trey?
Wassail. I'm going to go to
Okay.
wassail.
We will be moving wassail into round 2. Next, it's another unanimous decision by the panel, this time for 1 seed God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, meaning that 4 seed The First Noel has seen its last mention in this debate. Did anyone want to speak on Noel? I didn't ask my panelists before this, but anybody have anything to say? I think it's a lovely song. It's not exactly one that gets my heart beating, Zach.
With me, a lot of it is the more upbeat songs is what draws me to Christmas, just because I try to look at the positivity of it. With a lot of stuff that we do with the radio stations, a lot of it is always geared around find the positivity, lifting people up. But some of these deeper, slower songs like The First Noel, they are beautiful. They're pretty, and they have a lot of energy, but also emotions attached to it. And it is a lovely song, but God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen just spoke to me more than A First Noel.
Amen. Amen. Anything else from you, Trey?
I mean, really, I think that The First Noel is lovely, and it's got a great, chorus there. Noel, Noel. Those are really lovely, soaring high notes, but it's God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen for me on this one.
Yeah, I think The First Noel had a funky beat and you can dance to it, but it's no God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, which will continue into round 2. 2/3 of the panel are checking their hearing aid batteries and pushing for 2 seed Do You Hear What I Hear? Well, I continue to think that all is bright for the future of 3 seed Silent Night. Zach, do you know what I know, which is that I'm outnumbered in favor of Do You Hear? I'll try not to sleep, in heavenly peace or otherwise, as I argue for Silent Night. I'll go first if that's okay, Zach. While many of these carols have uncertain origins, we actually know exactly where Silent Night came from. It was written by Austrian organist and teacher Franz Gruber to lyrics by priest Joseph Mohr, and it debuted on Christmas Eve 1818 at a church in Oberndorf, Austria. The song was declared an intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO in 2011, and it is one of the most recorded Christmas songs of all time, with more than 137,000 known recordings. But as with all of these songs, there is a little bit of weirdness that happened. For much of the 20th century, people assumed that Gruber must have worked with a more prestigious composer on it, because who could this nobody come up with this song that everybody loves? So Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, and Schubert were all suspected as being the actual originators of this song. But in 1995, a manuscript was found that not only made it clear that Gruber alone wrote the music, but also made it clear who wrote the lyrics, as prior to that, Mohr had been completely forgotten by history. I love that they finally get their flowers, but the writer of Silent Night was named Franz Gruber. The bad guy in 1988's action film Die Hard is a German named Hans Gruber. Coincidence? I think not. Let this be the definitive end to the debate. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It was written as such in 1818. With that being said, Zach, talk to us about Do You Hear What I Hear?
So when I was doing the research for this, I didn't realize that this is actually one of the newer songs.
I didn't know that.
No, 1962.
No kidding.
Yeah. So that's when it was originally written. It loosely tells the story based upon the nativity of Jesus, as told in the Gospel of Matthew, even though it doesn't technically mention Jesus by name. So Silent Night is beautiful. But I view that as more of kind of like a lullaby to Jesus, where Do You Hear What I Hear? It's like an entire movie. It's got everything that you need. It builds. It's got a little bit of suspense and thriller, whispers, winds, kings, prophecy, all of that. And it starts and it continues to build. It's like you have a movie trailer to go with this. From the wind to the lamb, shepherd, king to the world. That's amazing networking right there.
It really is.
By modern standards.
LinkedIn's got nothing on Jesus.
No. Silent Night, gentle, slow, emotional. But it's kind of one emotion where Do You Hear What I Hear? It lets you get loud, you belt, you whisper, the tension builds throughout the film, I view it as a film. It's a song. Also it was written, being in 1962, right around the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's literally a peace song, and it's disguised as a carol, which is relevant then. And may I say now?
Absolutely. Yes. Incredible argument there. Trey, where are you? Is it going to be Do You Hear What I Hear, or is it going to be Silent Night?
Well, because I love a mystery and Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, I'm going to stick with Do You Hear What I Hear, happening near Venezuela.
And also, I'm going to make it a clean sweep because Zach got me. He got me with the argument. I just need one thing from you, Zach. Can you do the In a World voice for me?
In a world where you want to know the backstory of Jesus, from wind to lamb, shepherd to king, to the world.
And close up on Kirk Cameron eating his Subway birthday party. We did it. Cut and print. All right. We will be moving Do You Hear What I Hear into round 2. Next, the majority of the panel wants to keep winging it with 1-seed Angels We Have Heard on High, but Trey has found himself snared by 4-seed Little Drummer Boy. Trey, please give us a percussive argument on why Drummer Boy should continue.
The Little Drummer Boy is also one of the newer songs. It's from 1941, and it's potentially based off the French carol Pas de Pan, which we talked about in the warm-up. It was written as the first as Carol of the Drum, and the first recording was by the Trapp family singers. Yes, that Trapp family, the family von Trapp. Silence, 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 running from the Nazis. It's a song about a humble drummer boy joining the throngs to bring gifts to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. He had nothing to bring to the king, so he played his drum as a gift. And I really just enjoy how simple this song is and how onomatopoetic the sounds of pa-rum-pum-pum-pum are. And it can bring the kids in to remind us that we can give our talents as gifts too. And what better gift to bring a small child than a noisemaker? They don't want gold, frankincense, or myrrh. They want to drum on things.
Just like Todd Rundgren. Okay, excellent argument. Zach, is it going to be Angels We Have Heard on High or Little Drummer Boy?
I'll go Little Drummer Boy. Why not?
You know
not?
what? It's
Why
a Christmas
not?
miracle.
You know
I'm going
what?
to give it to Little Drummer Boy, too. I'm going to do it. I like Angels We Have Heard on High, the Gloria in Excelsis Deo of it all.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, you had me a parumpa-pum-pum. You
Yeah.
did. You did. Yeah. All right, so we are moving Little Drummer Boy into round 2. And finally, in round 1, 2-seed Joy to the World will unanimously move into round 2, which means that 3-seed We Wish You a Merry Christmas will not be granted a reprieve in our bracket. But I want to speak on Wish briefly before it leaves. I believe this is another wassailing song with beggars going door to door in the hopes of the wealthy giving them something to eat or drink. I love the song not only because of its melody, which I genuinely like. I think it's got a good ramp up to it, right? But also because of the intensity of the demands. They don't just want anything. These people want figgy pudding. And when do they want it? They want it right now. And when are they going to leave? Not until they get some. So, this is the energy that I need to bring into 2026. You know what I'm talking about? When do we want healthcare? We want it right now. We won't leave until we get some. I said I was going to stay out of politics. I am failing miserably.
Figgy pudding has a whole new meaning to me now.
Figgy pudding does. By the way, figgy pudding for Drag Race season 20. That's what I have to say. Yes. All right. But that being said, we are going to move Joy to the World into round 2. And that's the end of round 1. We're going to take a quick break to figure out what to do with all these birds that some psychopath keeps sending us. We'll be right back.
Happy holidays, listener! We hope you're enjoying this episode. If you want even more holiday-related debates, we've got a present for you. Over at greatpopculturedebate.com, you can find our holiday collection. We've got a dozen more episodes devoted to the sounds, scenes, and flavors of the season. We're talking Best Modern Christmas Pop Song, Best Christmas TV Special, Best Thanksgiving Side Dish, Best Holiday Film, and more. Unwrap them now at greatpopculturedebate.com under the episodes menu. Then leave a comment to tell us if our picks have been naughty or nice.
And we are back for round 2 of our Best Christmas Carol debate. Before we get into the Elite 8, I'd like my panelists to share their social media accounts and what else they're working on. I would also love to know, have you actually ever gone caroling? I would like to start with Trey. Where can people find you, what you're working on?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at TKRB3, the word, and at Bare Left Embroidery over on Instagram as well, where you can see how pretty I can stab fabric. And have I gone a caroling? Look, I was in high school choirs. Of course we went caroling, but mostly to nursing homes. And Christmas music, as one, I gotta say this. While I enjoy most of the season, the music, not for me. I will debate the merits of it throughout this podcast. But with my time as a DJ in a small town and my years at war, and by war I mean retail, I can't do it much anymore.
I respect that. I do want to ask, for Bare Left Embroidery, do you take commissions? People want to do
commissions,
presents?
I do take commissions, and I have even done Christmas ornaments. Email me at bareleftembroidery@gmail.com.
Excellent. For all of your Christmas shopping needs. Zack Derby, welcome back. It's so good to have you.
Always an honor to be here. I appreciate it.
Zack is actually on both of our Christmas episodes this season, so you can listen to him here talking about beautiful religious songs, and then next week you can turn in to hear him talk about Christmas horror films, which are very disturbing, as I've been doing my research on them. Zack, where can people find you? What else are you working on?
Let's see. Online through social media, you can find me at Zack Deuce through the Twitter and through Blue Sky, where I do a lot of shit posting and just sharing podcast episodes, this, that, and the other thing. For what we're working on, let's see. At Podcasters Assemble, we just, I believe, released our episode celebrating the movie Clue, which was our November episode. And now we will be dropping, we usually try to do 2 Christmas films. One, we try to do a milestone celebration of some capacity because, well, we like those algorithms. And then we also try to go, what the hell do we actually want to talk about? So we'll go out of order every once in a while.
And
Yes.
have you ever been caroling?
Yes. I grew up in a very small town, like I said, in Bethlehem, and we did occasionally go out a caroling here and there. Since I grew up a Protestant, we would go around occasionally here and there, but more usually to what was dubbed the old folks' home or the community area. So you go there, and they were very appreciative of that. It wasn't all the time, but typically one night we would go out come the holiday season.
We did some of that when I was in chorus as well, where we would go to the older folks' homes, which I should be booking my room really any day now. But the more traditional understanding of caroling, when I lived in Charlottesville, Virginia, I was adopted by a pack of lesbians, and one of them bought a Bible school bus off of eBay and took all of the seats out and put in futons, and it turned it into the Holly Trolley Light Tour. And so every Christmas season, they would have us all come in, and we had to wear a ridiculous hat, and we would have a giant, like one of those big McDonald's thermos things filled of mulled wine, and everyone had to bring a Christmas cookie that they made at home, and we would go around a 3-county area looking at the ridiculous home lighting displays, and you would sing carols both in the bus and in front of the homes that we went to visit. It was magnificent. I miss it. If you're listening to this, Becca Saxon and Chuck, I miss you both very much. And I would love to get that going in New York, but I have no idea where to even begin to go for that, honestly. If someone wants to buy me a Bible school bus off of eBay, let's talk. But with that being said, the best place to follow us is on Blue Sky at cheapyscd.bsky.social or at Great Pop Culture Debate on Instagram or TikTok. You should also make sure to subscribe to our page on YouTube, where we are posting original video content. But what you really need to do right this very minute is sign up for our weekly newsletter. It's new every Tuesday at noon. It tells you everything new that's coming out in pop culture that week. Sign up by finding the link on this episode at greatpopculturedebate.com or via our link tree on any of our social media accounts. Now, let's get into round 2, where I will continue to pretend that I know whatever frankincense is supposed to be. First up, it's another unanimous decision by the panel in favor of 3-seed Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, meaning 1-seed O Tannenbaum/O Christmas Tree's chances in this debate are anything but evergreen. Before we do move on, I did want to share one little detail that I thought was interesting. O Tannenbaum was not a Christmas song. It was not a Christmas song at all because Christmas trees were not a thing until the mid-18th century. People did not have them. It was actually a much older folk song that was written about a man's unfaithful girlfriend or wife or lover or whatever. The evergreen was actually about being true and fidelity. And it kind of got co-opted, as many things do, by the holidays. And now it's O Christmas Tree. But yeah, originally it had nothing to do with that. And Christmas trees were an invention of the last 150 years. Who knew? So anyway, Hark the Herald Angels Sing will continue into round 2. Next, both Zack and Trey have ringing endorsements for 1-seed Carol of the Bells, but I am begging for votes for 3-seed Here We Come a Wassailin'. Trey, throw cares away and tell us why we would be ding-dongs not to move forward Carol of the Bells. Trey, please go first.
So Carol of the Bells is based on a Ukrainian song that I believe is pronounced Shedrick. if I mispronounced that, I apologize to everybody in Kyiv.
They have bigger things to worry about, but
They
yes.
do. So the original Ukrainian song is about a swallow that flies into a home during the new year, and it brings tidings of a plentiful and bountiful year for the residents therein. Then Peter J. Wilhusky, an American educator and composer, heard the song, wrote brand new lyrics for it, and made it about Christmas. And then it became just immensely popular. One of the most immensely popular Christmas songs, especially the John Williams version of the song, which is heard in Home Alone. The rise and fall of the melody of the song from just a few soprano voices singing the openings and then adding in the altos and the tenors and the basses that swell into the Merry, 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 Merry Christmas section in the middle and then winding back down to the end just gives it a touch for me of like a homey feeling of like the rise that you are just so excited for the Christmas season, and then hey, let's just settle back in to the hell that is January after this Carol of the Bells has been sung and rung.
Yeah, I mean, it really is expectations versus reality, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, that's the truth of it. Zach, where are you on this one? Is it going to be Carol of the Bells or Here We Come a Wassailin', which I got nothing left on a wassailin', folks. I used all my wassailin'.
Wassailin' is fun, and that's how you can get a very merry men.
Yes.
But I am gonna stick with Carol of the Bells.
I am a fan of merry men, but as with all things in life, Trey had me at swallow. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Carol of the Bells, making it a clean sweep, and we will move that into the final four. Next, the panel is split between one seed God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, while Zach and Trey are leaning into two seed Do You Hear What I Hear. Trey will let nothing dismay us as he stands firm with the gentleman. Zach, I'll be the little lamb, you be the night wind. Tell us why we should go with Do You Hear. I'm going to have Zach go first.
We've touched on this a little bit. Again, it's one of the newer carols, but again, how it starts, where it goes, the story that it tells, I really could go either way at this point, but this one, because of the composition of the song, just speaks a little bit more to the Christmas spirit, gives you a little bit more variety from start to finish in the song over God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
It does feel like a Rankin and Bass song. Like it's from
In a
that
way,
period. Yeah. It does feel like it, yeah. Trey, talk to us about God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
Yeah, so whereas Do You Hear is one of the newer songs, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen is from around 1650. It's based on Luke, book 2, chapter 2 of the book of Luke, just talking about the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. It became immensely popular during the early 19th century, and it's a song telling Christians to just relax and take comfort in the fact that your new Savior has been born and has saved them. And in re-listening to the song, I'm hearing just how kind of mournful this song is also. And there's a quick clip that I really enjoy in this song to it versus the smooth lyrical quality of Do You Hear What I Hear for parts of it. And like I said, I'm nothing if consistent on give me a little bit of a sad Christmas song or something that'll make me contemplative.
I was today years old when I discovered that this title of this song is God Rest Ye Merry, Gentlemen, not God Rest Ye, Merry Gentlemen. And I'm like, the gentlemen were not merry? What is going on? This is new to me. Like, I was assumed that these were merry gentlemen that were resting. But in fact, if it's really textually about the birth of Jesus, none of those people were happy. They didn't even have an airport hojo to go to. They had to sleep in the manger. They had to sleep out back with the sheeps and the goats and all that stuff. So, yeah, there was no resting. There was no merriment. It just didn't happen. Which one are you sticking with here, Zach? You going with Do You Hear What I Hear?
I think I'm going to stick with that one.
Okay. And you're sticking with God Rest Ye there, Trey?
You know, I think I'm going to go over to Do You Hear What I Hear on this one.
I think I am too. I like the idea that a more modern song is making it to the final four here. And if I'm being honest, I'm not doing this by design, but I think I'm probably leaning more towards the less, although I guess they're both about the birth of Jesus, aren't they? I was going to say I'm leaning towards the less religious ones, but these are both Jesus-y. So Do You Hear What I Hear makes it into the final four. Finally, in round two, it's a unanimous pick as the panel is exclaiming its praise for 2-seed Joy to the World, meaning that 4-seed Little Drummer Boy is being played out of the bracket. But first, Trey, let this bracket receive her queen as you stump for Joy to the World.
Yes, absolutely on that. So Joy to the World is from the early 18th century, written by Isaac Watts and based on Psalm 98, which is just, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. Joy to the World is just one of those joyous songs, right? When you think about the song, you think of these great a choir of 500 people, just all of the brass, all of the woodwinds playing at you, because it truly is a song that is about the title, Joy to the World, right?
It is, to me, you know what? I'm going to save my argument because we have to talk about it in the final four. So with that being said, we do have our final four. We're going to take a quick break to check on the pulled pork we have in the crock pot, which, like the baby Jesus himself, should be tender and mild. We'll be right back.
Are you still looking for a thoughtful holiday gift? How about spreading engaging arguments, insightful cultural analysis, and a cup of good cheer by gifting your friends and family with a subscription to the Great Pop Culture Debate via Patreon? That's right, you can gift someone an annual membership to this podcast, which grants exclusive access to episodes and warm-ups, podcast merch, our very active Discord server, and more. Subscriptions cost as little as $5 per month. Head to patreon.com/greatpopculturedebate and start stuffing those stockings. And while you're at it, make sure you treat yourself to a membership too. You've been so good this year.
We are back with the final four of our best Christmas Carol debate. At this point in the show, I like to take a step back and see if it shook out the way I expected it to. I also like to add at this point that no matter which option wins, we're celebrating all of these entries. And I hope that nobody gets salty about what comes next. I had no idea where this episode was going to go. It could have been lunch meat. It could have been peaches. It could have literally been any of them. And here we are. We have Hark, the Herald Angels Sing, a 3-seed versus Carol of the Bells, a 1-seed. Do You Hear What I Hear, a 2-seed versus Joy to the World, a 2-seed. Sure. It's Christmassy. It is heavily Jesus, which I think is, very Christmas carols. But I also think all of these have had significant, enduring, long-term success. Like if a wassailing had made it to the final four, we would have done something wrong. So I'm pleased with what we have. Let's go into the first matchup. It's Hark the Herald Angels Sing versus Carol of the Bells. I would like to start with Zach. Where are you going here?
Originally, I want to go with Carol of the Bells just because, again, to me, it spoke more. But a lot of times with these brackets, as you go through it and you're digging more and deeper into the songs, you learn a little bit more about them. And my gut feeling is that Hark the Herald Angels Sing is a better carol than Carol of the Bells. Even though it's in the title, which should automatically make it win, I think Hark the Herald Angels Sing is the better of the two.
Is it the glow? Is that part of it?
That's what brought me over. Instead of ding dong 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 ding dong dong dong.
It's a more satisfying choral experience.
It's true. Although Carol of the Bells does remind me to check on the fries because they're done.
Ding.
Fries are done.
Trey, it's going to be Hark the Herald Angels Sing or Carol of the Bells.
See, I was going to flip my vote from Hark to Carol, but then Zach brought up the good point about the lyrics. And I could not tell you what the lyrics to Carol of the Bells is. I could sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing for 3 days. Their angels are going to hear everything that I am saying. So because it is just a better song to sing because you don't have to study for days to know what the song is, I got to go with Hark. Is that the angels are singing?
No, that was someone revving their motor outside in Queens.
Or it could have been my neighbors upstairs. Everybody say hello.
Yeah, I think they actually both begin with the word hark, which is funny.
Hark how the bells, yeah.
Yeah, They both begin with Hark. I'm going to give it to the Herald Angels Sing as well. I know it is the 3-seed here, which is the lowest of the bunch, but I agree that that's super. You can tell why I'm in a chorus, right? That part to me, it's just there's something about it that has that heart lift that you're looking for a good Christmas carol that kind of get you into the spirit. And I don't think Carol of the Bells it has the automatopoeia aspect, but I don't think it is as successful in pulling at your chest and lifting you up the way that Hark does. So Hark the Herald Angels Sing will move into the final two. Do You Hear What I Hear versus Joy to the World, both 2 seeds. Trey, where are you going on this one?
Ooh, this one is hard, right? Like I do enjoy like those quieter, like contemplative songs, like that we've got with Do You Hear and The Mystery, but Joy to the World is that, you know what? I want to see a bracket that ends in two very different songs. So we're gonna go with Do You Hear What I Hear on this one.
Interesting. Zach, where are you on this one?
This is another one where it could go either way, and I do enjoy both of these songs. Joy to the World does give you that, like the up and the down throughout the song. It does give you a little bit more variety and flavor. That's where I tend to go because it gives me everything I'm looking for in Joy to the
Yeah.
World.
So what I was going to say at the end of last round was Joy to the World is the John Williams Christmas Carol, right? It
Yeah.
is the explosion of sound. It's the beginning of Star Wars. But in this one, the baby doesn't turn into Darth Vader. It turns into Jesus, you know? Move over, George Lucas. We have a bigger saga, but I do think there, like, it really is magical. Like, you get swept up in this song in a way, like you hear it over the music in the mall. I know we don't go to malls anymore, and we are the poorer for it. Bring back wassailing, bring back Christmas ghosts, bring back malls. That's what I'm saying.
Let's get drunk in malls, y'all.
Absolutely. Putting that into 2026. But to me, it's Joy to the World here. So I'm sorry, Trey. I know you wanted the two polls.
No, totally understandable.
So we have a final two of Hark the Herald Angels Sing versus Joy to the World. Basically, literally the exact same topic that are being discussed here. And the topic is Jesus. I would like to start with Trey. Where are you going?
So, Christmas music in general for me is just not one of my favorite things to listen to. We're recording this before the holiday season, and I feel very strange even talking about Christmas music before December. I'm going to blame Derek for that one.
No,
he's
blame
the
me.
producer today. Nope, Derek's the producer. I'm arguing with you. I think for this one, I'm going to have to go with Hark.
All right. Zach, are you going with Hark the Herald Angels Sing or Joy to the World?
Gosh, I'm not at Troy's level of hatred of Christmas music, but being in radio, I have worked at radio stations that do flip all Christmas, and you do go insane because there's only about 12 Christmas songs out there that are actually good. With this one, I will go with Joy to the World. Joy to the World. If Hark goes and wins, I'm fine with it, but I prefer Joy to the World. Because I want a little bit more joy in this world.
I want joy too. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trey. I'm giving it Joy to the World as well. I just think it is the most uplifting of the songs. And it is. It's just like getting socked in the face by the Christmas spirit, you know? And that's what I want in my holiday music. So there you have it. Our pick for the best Christmas carol is Joy to the World. Do you agree? Do you think we should have kept silent on this night? Tell us how you really feel by leaving a comment on this episode at greatpopculturedebate.com or find us on Blue Sky or Instagram. While you're there, make sure you subscribe and follow the podcast. You can hear about what new debates are coming soon, vote in open polls, and even decide which topics we tackle next. I want to say thank you to my panel. Like the song says, God rest you merry, gentlemen. And thank you for listening. If you love what you heard, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get even more exclusive content and get episodes a whole day early. Consider it a Christmas gift to yourself that pays back all year long. We hope you have a good one. And remember, everyone is entitled to their wrong opinion. Now, is it too late to ask who this Carol is that we've been talking about all night?